First and foremost, one of the biggest topics that I talk about right now, definitely a conversation I'm having with anyone I work with, is going to be mobile first indexing. So what does mobile first indexing mean? I think that's going to be the most important part to cover first. What that means is Google uses the mobile version of your page for indexing and ranking. Ranking, I do want to stress, I don't mean for everyone. We'll get into a little bit more information here, but only some people may see effects of rankings right now. Definitely stress right now as well. As I said before, things can change drastically day to day, week to week, month to month in SEO. So definitely be aware that this isn't going to affect everyone's rankings, but can have an effect on rankings. It's mainly going to be about indexing. So in March of 2018, that's when Google started the process of migrating sites to mobile first indexing. It definitely wasn't complete by 2018. And now that the new year has hit, Google is ready to go with indexing mobile first. So just as a reminder of indexing and your metrics, so indexing doesn't necessarily have a direct effect on your metrics, but can. And this all depends on your optimizations and your content, your site architecture, etc. So when we think of mobile first indexing, I do want to stress again, if you see some sort of ranking changes as a result of the mobile first indexing, it's probably for a couple reasons. If your content differs from device to device, whether you did this as a quick fix for speed or design because of sizing and spacing, etc., problems will occur if the missing content contains major ranking signals, which sometimes, depending on how well thought out and thorough your content is, it might be very hard for you to see, what of that content is the exact major ranking signals. So big suggestion is, if you have some sort of content discrepancies device to device, fix it now. You definitely got to fix that, because it will start to affect your ranking signals. It will start to have those negative ramifications on your ranks. And secondly, if your website is not built for optimized responsiveness or general multi-device optimizations, issues are going to come up with your ranks. So this, again, is another negative ramification if you do not have a responsively designed website. And that can mean a few different things, but one of the biggest things is going to be if your site does not adapt to the size of your user's screen, it's going to be a huge issue. If your site isn't optimized for speed for mobile as well, things like that. So definitely things to take into consideration. Making sure your content is consistent, things like that. These are going to be pretty important as of 2018, 50% of users are on mobile devices. So that means your first touch with a consumer is likely to be through mobile. So we want to make sure that your first impression with a user is going to be as good on mobile as it would be on desktop. So speaking to mobile optimizations and kind of digging into these a little bit deeper. Again, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Your site may have been optimized when it was first built, but year over year, the details of how you can optimize your site, they get more in depth. They change from time to time on what's important. It changes how you can optimize. So you'll want to be up to date with the latest optimization styles, things like that. So make sure you research, you test, you analyze, and you diagnose for your unique site. But keep in mind, there are a couple of top mobile optimization topics. And these topics are going to be site speed and responsive web design. So speed is a top priority within user friendliness, always. Desktop, mobile, any device. Having a speedy site is going to make the difference in a user-friendly experience. And thinking to this about mobile devices, due to possible connection issues, depending on where the user is located at that time and how stable their internet access is, making sure that your mobile speed optimization is up to date is going to be one of the most important factors to optimizing your site at this point. And we'll talk about a little bit later, but optimizing for mobile, you can't just optimize for desktop. It's while you're optimizing for desktop, keeping in mind certain tweaks you need to add to your optimization, to your speed optimization on your desktop that will have positive effects on your mobile as well. So think of both at the same time, because there are certain areas of desktop speed that don't exactly translate to mobile. So making sure you know how to adjust how you're optimizing to benefit both is going to be really important there. Then, of course, responsive web design. So designing your site for ideal responsiveness means you'll provide the same content across all devices, and your site will be flexible and adapt to the user's screen size. Those are going to be the top optimizations that will kind of be across the board, that if you haven't optimized for speed for mobile, your content has discrepancies device to device, your site isn't flexible to adapting to the user screen, things like that. That's going to be something that everyone needs to implement, and then go from there. There's obviously going to be other unique styles of optimizations that your particular site needs, but these are definitely the top few things that you'll need to consider now that mobile first indexing is happening.